Hi guys, Girlflash28 back again with another video. I wanted to make it up to you guys. I had recorded 2 videos last week when I was off. I was off 2 days and I recorded 2 videos. And when editing those videos, I couldn't tell which was the intro, which was the outro, and which one was the video, because the audio was so soft. And when I amplified it, it just made it worse. Oh my god, it made it worse. So that's why I deleted it, is because the audio was horrible. And I didn't want you guys to suffer for that. So, there was nothing I could do personally to fix the audio to be loud and still sound good. So I had to delete it and start over, and I thought I'd try this out. And I just got a text for food. So I'm gonna go eat first. Then I'm gonna come back and finish this video, and then I'm gonna take a shower. See ya! Hi everybody, I'm back. So if you don't know, I have gotten into gardening. Love gardening. So I've just gotten into gardening, and I need to stop yawning. It's telling me I'm not breathing. And I misplaced one packet of my seeds, so I'll be looking for that later, because I can't plant what I can't find. Anyways, let me do this. Now, I labeled this with my actual name, so I covered that up so you won't see it. But it basically breaks down into this part, which is, I forgot what I was going to talk about in this episode, so I just thought about, let's make a video about gardening, and I'll put some of that, well, I was going to talk into the next segment. So, gardening is essentially the act of growing your own food in your backyard from a seed, from a tiny seed. So what can gardening be for different people? It could be a career, a job. You know, landscaping is a job, so that ties into landscaping essentially. So it can be a career, it could be a hobby, it could be a lifestyle, you know, eco lifestyle, this, that, and the other. So this book is just keeping track of everything I'm growing, how I'm doing it. I haven't gotten to like the days of what's growing well, what needs to be, you know, like romaine lettuce day 1, like if it's wilting, you know, haven't got that far yet. But sweet basil, that's what I'm growing right now. Green tomatoes. grew that from my mother. Fun fact, the camera I used to get this picture and print it out on this sheet of paper, which is actually kind of perfect. This is the last photo it printed, and then it just won't work anymore. Then cherry seeds. I put the planting depth on here, a half to an inch. What it requires: good sunlight, fertile soil, excellent drainage. And it requires to be cold for a long period of time. So refrigerate for 30 days, a few weeks. What do you need for growing cherries? Patience. Refrigerate cherries before planting. Since they need that cold, definitely put it in refrigerator before you plant it in the ground. Do we know how long? Well, it doesn't specify, so I would think at least 30 days without going overboard. But we also have raspberries, so these are for my seeds. These are what I'm not growing right now because I was researching the growing depth and everything because they had a label on the packet which is like a clear plastic like this, and it just has the name of the item. It doesn't tell you how far down to plant it or anything like that. So I had to do the research myself, and that is what this is. It's just the research. That doesn't mean I'm growing these things right now, even though I do want to be growing this because, you know, turkey season will be coming up soon. Don't want any less cranberries. Love raspberries too. So if we get raspberries and lemon tree planted and growing, we can make a raspberry lemonade. Cherry seeds, we can make cherry lemonade. You didn't see that. You did not see that. I forgot that was there for a second. Jeez. I was just trying to put that back where it belongs. I also have research on growing garlic, which I haven't tried it yet, but that is just there so I can try it. So some of the things that I have research on is not necessarily what I'm growing right then and there, but I'm gonna grow eventually. So I'm thinking that whenever I have a chance, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna plant my plants soon. So I need to find my lemon seeds before I start planting anything. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Now, with talking about what I am growing in my garden, it also can play hand in hand with the next topic I wanted to discuss with you guys, which is throwing something together. And the base doesn't necessarily have to be rice or any type of carbs. It can be lettuce too. So if you like growing your own foods, you can grow your own romaine lettuce and make your own salads. I mean, look up a Greek salad. It uses romaine lettuce. I didn't know it did, but it uses romaine lettuce. Me personally, I like a Caesar salad any day of the week. Now the dressing, on the other hand, you would have to find a recipe to make the dressing, but anything you can think of as a base, that's a fruit, vegetable, or otherwise, you can grow that in your garden. I just wanted to point that out there because that touches base with the growing in the garden, that when making your own food, making your own recipes, one thing you can do is you can either make it yourself, make it fresh, growing out in your garden, or you can go to the store and get it. So, there's not one way to do things, there's multiple different ways to do things. But if you love making stuff homemade, then you would love it as fresh as it comes out of your garden, with no added preservatives or any weird stuff they do to their vegetables when storing it, because it tastes weird. I mean, Lazor peas, they're the bomb. But anything else is just tastes funny after, well, tasted fresh. Kind of doesn't taste right as something that comes off of the shelf. And that's because we're not used to eating stuff fresh out of the garden like that often. Usually we get it at a store and it's packaged, and it's not good for you if it's packaged, but it's just convenient because most of us don't have a green thumb and we can't grow stuff in our gardens, or we choose not to, do that, or we don't have the time to do that. But, living on my own, if I were to live on my own, I definitely would have that as a lifestyle. As a famous YouTuber, I would definitely do that. So, that's one thing you'll know about me, is that I would lean more into the eco lifestyle. Now, there are some things that I cannot do because I know my body specifically, and it would have to have a working toilet that goes into a septic tank. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It has to go into a septic tank. Now, if there is well water, groundwater, spring water on the land, definitely could do that, because we used to live off the land of that, and it went straight to a mobile home. So, thinking about a mobile home, they don't use a whole lot of water, or after it rains, because it rains so much in Moultrie, the water gets replaced because it goes back into the ground and fills up the groundwater, so you don't really stress about running out of water. But anyways, it starts with a thought, it starts with a craving. For me, just like something I think of that I think that I'm craving just pops into my head. I'm like, this actually sounds really good. And then I don't know how good it is until I try it. So when I go make it and try it, it's actually better than what I thought it would taste like. Because how do you know what something tastes like if you never tasted it together? So just listen to your cravings. When you are starting to throw stuff together, just listen to your cravings, trust your instincts. What does your cravings say would taste good with this or that, or Seasonings. Do you salt, pepper, butter your rice as you fry it, or what do you do? So I learned that if you cook the rice into a rice cooker, you could turn it back on and salt and pepper and butter it, but I think it would be easier if you put it in a pan with olive oil and fry it. And the reason why I say olive oil, you can use avocado oil too, is because it's something we have on hand, and it's healthier. It's supposed to be healthier for you than vegetable oil. So use olive oil, heat up the olive oil, put the cooked rice into the olive oil pan, put salt, pepper, butter in it, and then move it around with a wooden spoon. And it will help fry the rice easily, so the rice isn't, one, watery, and two, flavorless. Like watery like mush, and flavorless. It actually has a little bit of texture, a little bit of a crunch to it. It's actually a little more firm. Then add like your meat, your vegetables, whatever you want your vegetables to be, and then sauce. And then enjoy. So, if this gets 50,000 likes and you watched all the way to the end, then I will... What am I gonna do? I just lost my train of thought. Fudge.